You're hosting.
Kia ora. Hi to my. Welcome to Neat and Not by the Sea. My name is Catherine and my pronouns are she, her.
Kia ora, my name is Victoria and my pronouns are also she, her.
And I came to Victoria's for dinner and she fed me. Then I had seconds. She gave me chocolate.
And
Very
the most
excited.
amazing thing is it wasn't pasta with a jar of pesto thrown through, which is what's the usual when Catherine comes.
And then I took over. I became mom and I was like, this is how you do it.
It's great. It's great.
I'm very sated, but I kind of went into a food coma after. So I'm trying to wake up now. So things of note. In the morning when I got up, my hair looked beautiful and curly. And then it's been drizzling all day in Dunedin. So now my hair doesn't fit in the screen and it's just triangular. But also, I'm wearing my pearls. This is for you, Kate.
Beautiful.
We're creating occasions.
So flash. You're so flash.
I know, right? I'm a fancy middle-aged
Yeah.
woman.
Her pearls are from India, by the way, from your trip.
That's when I went to Ahmedabad, City of Pearls.
Beautiful.
I think it was Ahmedabad. Could be wrong. Maybe it wasn't Ahmedabad. The City of Pearls.
Lovely. Lovely.
And mine are cheap apparently because I have no taste and I like them squashy. So these are not perfect pearls apparently, which was great for the budget.
Good.
Great
Good.
for the budget. Yeah.
Good.
Anyway, creating occasions to wear pearls because you know my life's not really like this at all. How have you been?
Yeah, so we're a few weeks late because I got sick. Yeah, it's my fault. It was just a cold. I tested negative for COVID, but I was sick.
And so can we just say it's never my fault because I'm like sad, desperate. I want to film Flosstube.
Yeah, it's always my fault. I got something on. Because I think it's been a while. I think we've had a guild meeting that we couldn't film on. And yeah, I think it's been a month. We're right from behind. What have we been up to? So I had the Odes weekend, which is the Otipoti Dunedin Embroidery School. So I have got a new project to show from there. And I was sick for a week. And then my grandmother was sick, so I had to do an emergency trip up to Timaru. So I was there for a weekend. And that was why we weren't filming last week. I was driving up to Timaru and she's, touch wood, doing better. And now it is this week. And
Come here for philosophy.
oh, yeah, I don't know. My next run of Marie Talbot classes for my casket start on Saturday. And today is Thursday, is it the 11th today? I think it's the 11th.
Something like that.
Yeah. So I'm very excited, very pleased to be doing the next panels. I will show you the progress I've made on the other panels.
So you were saying to me, I've made peace with the fact that they won't be finished, but they look almost finished.
They are almost finished. They're going to be all but finished. They'll be finished before this 10-day lot of classes. It's just we're obviously filming tonight and then I've got puzzles tomorrow night.
We need to talk about that.
Oh yeah.
Who is she?
So a friend and I are doing the National Speed Puzzling Championship. It's in Auckland in July, I think. With the aim to go to the Worlds in 2030 in Spain.
Are you allowed to go even if you're not very good?
Yeah. You just don't progress.
I don't mean Auckland, I mean world ones.
I think so. You just got to get your ticket to get in.
Oh really?
Yeah, you just... they'll let you do anything if you pay for it, you know?
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, so we have been... So my friend and I get together once a fortnight to do puzzles, which is fun.
Very good.
And so that's been me for the last 2 weeks. Nothing hugely earth-shattering. I've done some shopping. I've done some damage.
Which is to say, life continues as per normal.
Exactly.
I did tell Victoria earlier this evening. I was laughing in my head because I went to Stitch Witches. And of course my purchase was $4 because I'm Catherine and this is how I live my life. And I kind of felt a little bit like, of course this is not how they behave, but in my head I was like, oh, it must be so disappointing when it's me, not Victoria, that turns up.
It's alright, I was there at lunchtime, I did damage.
Can't believe you didn't tell me.
What, that I was going to be there?
Yeah.
Oh. We should organise it and go for lunch, go to Formosa.
Yeah, I'm not spending money now.
Oh, see?
That's in the past. I've got rules now.
Oh, you're so
I am going to retire. Like, I'm saving now.
good job.
And I want to go to Scandinavia next year. it's not going to happen for many reasons. But, you know, we have to have goals.
Exactly.
So
and
I
it
have
might just
goals
be pushed
now.
out 6 months.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. What's happening in my life? Have I told you anything exciting that I've done?
You went away for Easter?
I went away for Easter. We went away. Oh, it was very cute. We visited just the outside of the first house we rented in New Zealand, in Dunedin. So that was lovely. We went down memory lane. We were out at Ocean View, Brighton Way. The house was an Ocean View. And so it was really nice to see it, although also a bit depressing because it's all been developed. And when we arrived 20 years ago, New Zealand really still was the old New Zealand. People didn't really have credit cards. People didn't really live like that. People lived within their means. It was quite shocking to us initially because it was like, people wear really daggy clothes. And now we're wearing daggy clothes and we're like, why are people getting debt just to look fancy?
Yeah.
So that was really lovely. It was a fun trip.
Yeah, that's pre-internet days, so
It
pre-online
was dial-up
shopping.
times.
And
It was
yeah.
dial-up times for sure.
Yeah.
And because, I mean, this is no diss to New Zealand. We actually liked how it was 20 years ago. We came to New Zealand when we were trying to get away from this spending lifestyle in the UK. We didn't want to bring up our kids in this commercial world. We wanted them to kind of go for walks, not go shopping. But I do recall, I picked Martin up from work, because initially whatever. I picked him up from work, and someone was coming out of the hospital, because Martin worked in the hospital. Someone was coming out of the hospital, and they were wearing mismatched socks, and a really faded blue jacket. You know how if your jacket is blue and it's faded, it looks faded.
Yep.
And I was just like, his socks didn't match, and my God, that jacket, that's not work worthy. That's like for home. I was really shocked. And of course, very quickly, my kids were like, mismatched socks, here we go. And it was just really nice that people did used to keep their clothes for a long time.
Yeah.
And it was just a much less materialistic time 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was nice to do the visit. We ticket-toured around there, and then we went to the peninsula and we ticket-toured around there, and that was really lovely. We saw a baby sea lion. So Martin was quite excited because sea lions are not as common as seals. For those that don't know wildlife, they're not married to Martin and have to know everything. I didn't actually leave the camper. I was very comfortable in bed. But he said, I'm just going to go and have a look because there's a sea lion there and a pup. So that's quite a treat.
Aren't the baby sea lions the white fluffy ones?
No,
No,
that's
okay.
a seal.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what type of seal, but not... No.
No. Okay.
But also fur seals are black, so it's not that either that you're thinking of. So I don't know what they are.
Yeah.
We'll look into it. We'll ask Martin.
Yeah, Matt will know.
So there was this sea lion. Of course, Martin said it was probably 3 months old. It was a chunker. But still a baby. So that was kind of fun for him. And we saw kingfisher, which is always a treat for me. And then we had lots of time at home. So we had the first day of the holidays and the last day of the holidays at home. Because I work at University of Otago, we get that Tuesday off as Otago Day. So it was just lovely. Away for 2.5 days and home for 2 days. It's very good.
Lovely. Lovely.
So yeah. And the other thing that I haven't told you is that I'm thinking of starting a little knitting group at the university at lunchtimes.
Lovely.
Yeah, because I mentioned it to people and they're like, oh, I want to get better at my knitting. I think I'll probably end up teaching people, which is a little bit snore, when all you want to do is knit. But I also think it's really hard for people to have the opportunities to be coached and
Yeah.
get better.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be good. It'll be a little bit of work at the beginning, and then everybody will kind of rise up and then continue, and it'll be a nice way of relaxing.
It'll be lovely. So you just sort of meet at the Lincoln lunchtime or something.
We
or-
haven't decided anything. I've just mentioned it to a couple of people that got very excited about it.
That's great.
Yeah, so, you know. Oh my God, and I had some really exciting stuff. Someone has asked me if I can do a memory quilt for them.
That's lovely.
Isn't that great?
That is so lovely.
Yeah, so it was my friend. I had dinner with my artist friend, and she said, "Oh, I've got to ask you something, but feel free to say no because blah 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 blah. But I've got this friend, and her mum passed away, and she'd really like to do this." And I was like, "Yeah." And she said, it's all with fabric from clothing, and it's not gonna be natural materials and stuff. And I said, well, it doesn't matter because it's about. Well, A, it's not for me, and B, it's about.
That's not the story
memory.
this filter. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's exciting. So that's in my future, when they're a bit more settled and they can think about this project. So, yay!
That's really nice.
I know. And also that my friend thought of me as well. That was really nice. And then she told her friend, "Oh, Catherine will take a long time because she only had the stitches." and she, because the other woman is also an artist, and she got very excited about the fact that you would do everything by hand.
Lovely.
I know, and I felt very warm and fuzzy about it.
Are you going to get paid?
She offered, but I'm not sure about that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of keener on getting a swap.
Yeah, she's an artist. Even, yeah, you should totally do a swap.
Yeah, we'll see. I also think that I'm at a stage in my life where I have so much that it's more about someone valuing it. It's like, you know, I'm not charging my friend for a quilt that I'm making her. I'm just making her the quilt, even though she was like, "Oh, I'll pay for the ingredients." I was like, no. So anyway, that's the least of my concerns at the moment. Unless she's going to pay me $20,000, and in which case I can go to Scandinavia.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's like non-negotiable. I was like, yeah, I'll take it. So yeah.
Excellent.
So yeah, I've got quite a bit to show you. So shall we crack on?
Let's crack on. So, fully finished objects.
Fully finished objects. I have 2.
I have none. What a shock.
But she compensates with the shopping at the end, so you're all good.
Yep, I've squared away that portion of tonight's entertainment.
I've got some shopping. I spent $4 today. Thank you.
Big spender you.
I know, right? I'm crazy. Okay, so I finally finished my pin cushion.
Sorry about the light today. We're working.
It's povos.
We're waiting for our new selfie ring light to arrive because we only just ordered it 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, the one we use, it broke, so we use it as a stand.
Yeah.
But we do have Victoria's amazing light.
It's my magnify one, but it's quite bright.
It's quite bright.
So we might be squinting a little bit.
We won't be able to sleep. And I've already had my optometrist appointment today, so they've been flashing lights at me.
Yeah, and plus it's daylight savings has happened, so we've rolled our clock back, so it's dark.
Which I do like. I do like. It was really hard to get out of bed today because even though it was 7:20, it was dark because it was a very grey day.
Yeah.
But generally, I like it to be light when I wake up. My goodness. Anyway, I've been watching some older Flosstubes because I have no time for people that are not advocating for Palestine. So my way around it is to just watch old stuff and people that advocate for Palestine. So I came across someone that was just like making loads of smalls, and I was just like, I don't have smalls in my life, not enough anyway. So this had been in the pile to be finished, which is not to say I have a process of pile.
Yeah.
It was in the basket. So anyway, I finished it. I'm really happy with this.
I love the fabric you've chosen on the back.
This is from some of that second-hand fabric that I bought for my friend's quilt.
Lovely.
The second time, so that's really good. I'm really happy. I filled it with all my offcuts of fabric, so it's quite...
It makes a lovely dense cushion.
Yeah.
I really like that.
I really like it. I'm really happy. And I hand stitched it all around, and then I used ladder stitch to close the hole. Because you know what? It's very easy to hand stitch and then use a ladder stitch to close the hole. Like, don't be afraid of this. There are so many YouTube tutorials.
Yeah.
Just do it by hand. Don't let the fact that you don't have a sewing machine. I do have a sewing machine. It's shunned.
I like to do it by hand when they're this size because you can get it straight because you can sort of stitch through the cross-stitchy material, the linen.
But also, it doesn't go that slowly.
No.
Anyway, I'm super pleased. Casa.
Beautiful.
Very pleased. Yeah, so that's one fully finished.
And this next one she's made for me because she's so kind.
I could make one for you. I made this. So it's an old spool from the op shop. I buy these old spools with cotton thread, and then I love the join that I've done with kisses.
I think that's gorgeous.
I know, it's very cute. And can you note the Palestinian keys to represent people that have been ethnically cleansed and lost their homes? I was too lazy. I didn't want to get out of bed. So I should have cut the fabric because the joint's quite chunky. I mean, it looks smart, but it is thicker than it ought to have been. But I just didn't want to get out of bed. But also, pro tip, because it's actually a very thin piece of fabric, I wanted the fold to be very clear where it was. I didn't want to have to keep fiddling. So I actually pulled a thread here and here.
Smart idea. Plus it would fold better too because it's less bulk.
Exactly. So little pro tip, that helped a lot. But I love this, and I was quite keen to not do it in like the classical embroidery colors, which are like blue or
the
red.
Yeah.
So I made it
I
mustard.
love the mustard you've done.
Yeah, and it made me feel better because I tend to buy these, and then I think, what are you, a shopper? Because I just buy them, and I always buy them with this intention, and I never do them.
It's going to be so cute. You imagine 4 or 5 of those in different colours.
That's what I was thinking.
It's going to be so cute.
And it actually only took about 4 hours.
It's pretty good from go to woe.
And it was because Fiona, hi Fiona, I was messaging Fiona. She was like, oh, it's fiddly. I was like, I'll show you. Competitive Catherine.
Nice.
It was fiddly. She was completely right. But it was great fun. I loved it. So this one's not for Victoria, but maybe I could make one for her. Since she's like so shy.
You gotta try. You gotta try.
So that's the FFOs. Any FOs?
No.
Okay, so on to whips. You can go first so I can have my chocolate.
Okay, so you will all be aware that I have got, because I've already said it, oh shit. Shivers. Sorry, we're having a bit of a dropsy. I've got the Marie Talbot class coming up on Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh my god.
And we did the first lot of classes last November. In that class we have 2 panels which we're to aim to have completed by this class, not because we're going to work further on them, but just because we've got ourselves familiar with the stitches, and you know, it's just skill progression and just to keep on top, so there's not a huge amount to do on the end. So the first panel is this bunny one, and I have done almost all of it. So what I am missing on this are the beads. You'll see there's beads in the wee corners.
Hold one?
You can hold that one. Beads in the wee corners. So that's all I haven't done on this. I've done the gold, I've done the lily, got the bunny with his fluffy tail, got my leaves.
That tail's great.
Got my strawberries. The tail needs a bit of a trim, but I'll just fix it up later.
They always show
Because of the
strawberries in
smell.
works of this period. What do they symbolize?
Oh, I have no idea. Strawberries and frippin' grapes.
Is it fertility? There's going to be some.
Oh, it's got to be.
There's going to be something naughty for
Well,
that period.
usually the pomegranate is. Who knows? Who knows?
So I was going to say something so inappropriate.
But there is my first one, so it's just the beads.
Very good.
So maybe I can get the beads on. No, I can't because I'm busy, and I'm not going to stress myself out because it's not finished.
Just trying to change her personality.
I am
for
trying
this.
to tame my personality. I do not want to be up till 4 o'clock in the morning
No, you
on
can't.
Saturday when classes start at 9 o'clock. So
You can't because you want to enjoy the class.
exactly, I don't want to be knackered.
And also, let's not look try hard. You know, just be the second best in class. You can do it.
So that's the first one. Do you want to do one?
Okay. Oh my god. Okay, I've become obsessed. Obsessed. So because I was watching old Flosstubes, I came across Mirror May. So you embroider mirabilias in May. So I've got a mirabilia, which I had made very little progress on. So it's this one.
Well, technically, I think you stitched the frame twice, didn't you? Because the first time was way too big, and so you changed.
No, not the whole thing. I'd started. Anyway, it's a bit fiddly because it's 46 count.
I'm very
It's
impressed.
actually not embroidery linen, it's clothing linen. Because that's how I roll. And I think I'm just going to go that way from now on because it's way cheaper. And you know me, I'm feral. So when I started, all I had was the frame around it. And in fact, I don't think I've got it completed. I don't think I've done the crosses everywhere. Because I was showing it to my friend, because of course I need my +4 glasses to see it. And she was like, oh, it's just tapestry stitch. I was like, no, it's cross stitch. And I was like, oh. But it's random. I think at one point I'd heard that trick of like, you do
it all in one direction.
No, you do 9 full crosses, and then the next one is just 1
To help with counting, yep.
to help with counting, so it's blocks of 10. So anyway, it's this one. Isn't it gorgeous? It's the most beautiful
It's
thing.
beautiful.
If I have space, I'm going to write invierno at the bottom because Spanish.
What does invierno mean?
Well, winter, Victoria. Such a polyglot.
I don't even know what that. What? A what?
A polyglot is someone that speaks more than 2 languages.
Great.
Anyway,
That's a great word.
it is a great word because
a
otherwise,
fantastic
you're
word.
bilingual and then what?
Yeah, yeah.
Just clever. Yeah. My sister's a polyglot. She speaks Spanish, French, Italian. Is that it?
That's amazing.
Spanish, French, Italian, English. 4 languages.
That's amazing.
My sister is amazing. I'm just as clever as she is. I work less hard. But I finish projects.
You do. You do.
Anyway, all that
Do you want me to hold
waffle-
that while you're...
Well, so anyway, I'm super happy with this, and I've got project to this adjacent things to show you. So, and I have my friend Donahi. We're selling this together, but of course, this is a friend that she didn't have her project on her, and she was like, you've got to wait for me. I'm not going to wait for anyone. Isn't that great? And also, please note my grey hair.
Beautiful.
I do have my hair in a bun quite often, so I'm very happy about that.
Beautiful.
And I'm also very happy because one of the blues is my blue corn variegated thread.
Yes, yes.
In
the,
the guide?
Yep.
Whatever brand that is. That just makes me happy. And I'm not using any of the cold four threads. I'm just...
I was about to ask that question. I was like, no, that's a stupid thing. You've never used a cold for.
Do I ever? I only used it once. Remember that first time I bought a kit?
That's right.
It's really boring. It takes half the creative fun out of it, as far as I'm concerned. I'm the sort of person I am.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm super happy, but I have become a one-track person. Like, I'm just finding gaps to like, can I embroider this? Can I embroider this?
It's beautiful.
And Victoria did say to me, this was funny, but when you get home, you do talk to him. You don't just get into bed and craft. I was like, oh, this is awkward. I am so happy. I love it. But it's 46 count.
Beautiful.
And because it's not, some threads are very thin. So pretty.
And it's quite, can I just grab this? For scale, if it's it's a nice wee small, not small, but it's a petite with the 46.
Yeah, I quite like things to be small.
Yeah.
As in, like, some people like 28 because it is easier. You can relax more. But then you end up with a bigger project. I don't want to end up with a bigger project. I already do massive projects as it is. Let's keep him shrunk.
So in this, she is drawing up a little plan for her garden. What are you going to put on your paper?
I'm not sure. I think she's just looking. She's gazing at it.
She's got a pen.
Has she?
Yeah, look.
Is she annotating?
There's a pen.
Well, there we go. I know that I'm not doing the 2
pen on
plants
the
on the
pen.
ground. And I know that I want to put a little fork and little spade on the ground.
That'd be cute.
Because that's more explicitly gardening.
Yeah.
And I think I might change the plants because I'm not into succulents really.
Has she got, there are wee plants in the pot.
Yeah, they are, but they're kind of succulenty. That's not my thing. I want blousy things.
And mistletoe, are you going to do the mistletoe?
I got rid of the mistletoe. I
Good.
thought it was twee.
Yeah. I wouldn't
I thought
do
that's what I
mistletoe.
need.
But I thought
So-
I'd better ask before I say I wouldn't
Yeah,
do
it's
the
like,
mistletoe.
You're the mistletoe.
Oh, it's my favourite part.
And I want to show you this other thing because I've shown Victoria and she nodded and smiled very beautifully.
Excellent, I'm such a good friend.
I know. Because, okay, so you know that I pretty much use dregs. It's like all of Victoria's cast-offs. That's what I use for our embroidery. I do buy floss, but it ended up being a bit of a mess. So if you remember Margarida, a lovely friend from Portugal, sent us these cards, which are from, boxes from
Love the corn
food.
one.
So I was inspired by that. Would my pantry help? No. We don't have boxes because Martin goes to Health 2000 and buys things by weight.
Yeah.
So you just get a little brown paper bag, which is great, but disappointment. So anyway, I had this idea, but I went to, oh God, this is gross. I went to work, I printed out, so basically I couldn't do that, but I was inspired by that. So I went to work and I printed out loads of still lives from my Pinterest boards. And then I rummaged in the recycle bin at work.
Good job. Good
And I
job.
pulled out boxes because someone in my team, they buy like tuna lunches, which come in a box on a little plastic container and whatever. I don't buy stuff like that. So I was like, oh, I was proper bag lady pulling things out of the bin. Recycling bin. Anyway, so I was able to do that. And now I have a stack. I've got them over there. But this is what I have in this project because it was all getting too messy. But isn't that a glorious thing
It's beautiful.
to have your threads hanging from? And I love a still life. And Victoria facilitated the whole thing by having hole punches in.
Yeah, but you didn't need the glue stick anymore, I'm assuming, because you
No,
managed to.
I did it at work.
It's beautiful.
Oh, I am so happy because I love a still life and now I get to look at them.
Good job.
And this is my beloved
Classic colour.
blue corn from Classic Colourworks. And it's silly because the reason I love it is because it reminds me of Peruvian purple corn, which is purple, it's not blue. But because it's called blue corn, and I asked my friend Donna He, and she felt the same. She immediately went to our Mexican and Peruvian sort of corns that are a little bit more unusual. So anyway, whatever.
Beautiful.
Anyway, so that all that to say, I'm loving this project and I've just become ridiculous because I don't do anything else. I like do the minimum on the others and then I move on. So if you're interested, the reason I wanted to do it is because I want to finish it at the end of Mirror May. That's my goal. And Victoria sort of threw down the gauntlet a little bit.
I don't know. I'm never. I've learnt never to say never, but
A little bit.
that's an intense amount of cross stitch. You wouldn't be able to do much else.
But you said enough for
That you've
competitive
never-
Catherine to go, I'll show you.
That's great.
I know.
I'll enjoy
I know.
competitive, Catherine.
So yeah. Oh, and I'm not going to show you all of them, but I've got a stack of beautiful still lives.
Beautiful. I've got a book ring if you want a book ring to.
I actually do have one at home. We don't have any more. Oh, can I just say,
The lemon.
oh, would it be lovely if I was one of those ladies that can draw like this, paint like this? My friend Sally, who came to botanical illustration classes with me, has continued with her watercolors, and now she's going to start making cards. So for my birthday, which is in May, she's already told me that I'm getting a beautiful card.
Beautiful.
So I'm very excited about that. And this is what you need in your life, for me to show you every single one of my cards.
After saying I won't show you every single one.
Well, you know, you can pause, go to the toilet, it's fine. Almost there. I mean, you do lose a bit because of the hole punch. But anyway, if you do decide to do these, post them on Instagram and tag me because I'd love to see your makes. I know Mel in Tasmania, she was very inspired by Margarita, and so she made some as well, which was pretty
Excellent.
fantastic. And I love this idea that if you're from Australia, you'll have all these Australian made products, and if you're in Portugal, it was like, oh look, she eats this. So that was great.
That's great.
Yeah. So that's one. What about you? What's next?
So the second panel, I haven't done so well on. So I am missing one corner down here, still needs to have the gold work in it, and my grapes. So I have done 17 of the required 24 grapes, but each grape takes 40 minutes to an hour. So we'll get them done really soon.
Can you show one because it's so tiny? She sent me a photo and I thought they were about this size.
So you
They're
start,
not.
I'm going to show you the wee process. So you start by doing a detached buttonhole circle thing on this, and then once it gets to a certain size, you cut it out and you pull out the linen, and then you do a gathering stitch around it. You put a bit of stuffing, you pull it together, and then
Put it in front of this.
tiny little grape. Yeah. Tiny little grape in purple that you can't see because it looks almost black. So I have got a whole pile of the little buggers.
Oh. Is this with silk?
Yes.
Oh my god, that must make it harder.
Yes. So we're all about there. So I'm not panicking that I haven't finished because I've obviously done everything in terms of I've done all the different stitches and yada yada
You've
yada.
practiced all the stitches,
Yeah,
haven't you?
they're all there and it'll be finished before the classes end. So that's where I've got to.
Remember, you found the classes quite tiring.
Yeah, but I've only got, like, if I can do 1 grape a day, and I'm going to do the gold, I'm going to probably do that bit tonight.
Do you need a daily reminder, Victoria? No, you don't get to sleep for an hour. You have to do this.
We'll see. Anyway,
Very good.
we're almost there with those ones.
Next.
Yep, next view.
I have made good progress, I feel, on my, I think this one's considered lilies. Is it?
I think so.
Oh,
Yeah, this is considered a
it's pretty full, isn't it?
It looks very full. Well, we got a bit of space here, though.
Yeah, so hold it there. So what have I done? I have done these 2 trees.
Love how bright and colourful it is.
I'm getting a bit lost. Oh, I did the beehive, which is totally the wrong shape because I miscounted. But it's the right shape, it's just fat.
Did you do the same on this side?
Mistakes? No.
No. The same motifs.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
I think I might have, yeah, whatever. Anyway, so I may have done this bed. I can't remember. But this is the area that I'm filling at the moment.
Beautiful.
I am very happy with progress. And I think I'm now kind of whatever fits. Because of course, you know that I haven't counted properly. So now it's just a case of whatever fits. I really can't remember. But just admire the beauty of it. I think it's looking
gorgeous.
great. It's looking so fantastic. I'm so sorry, the light's really bad, but I'm so happy with how it's looking. And I think I was saying that I was just going to fill this and then have a break, but now I have a new method for my work. So I think I'll just continue because I reached a point where I felt like I've made enough progress that I can do more projects now.
Yep.
I kind of felt good about it, which is why I continued with my Mirabilia. I just love this. So, the only drawback is that the other day I was looking at it. I haven't finished the border flowers. They actually have a center.
Have you not done the sea? Yeah.
They all have a center, so I've got like 48 centers to do. But that's okay. That is all part of
But there's no counting required in that, right? You just, boom, 4 stitches.
Like that ever stops me, Victoria.
Yeah, I know.
I am a shocker. Did I do keys? I did the watermelon, and the watermelon represents Palestine and the strawberry represents Gaza. But I thought I'd done keys. Maybe it's in the other project.
You did keys in your little wheel.
Yeah, I did keys in that one and then the other one of this.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just so happy with it. It just fills me with joy.
Beautiful.
But it does make me laugh because the people that are not very good at things like cross stitches, most of my friends don't craft. What is that about? Anyway, when they see my work, they're like, "Oh my god, you're amazing!"
You are
and
amazing.
I think Victoria wouldn't agree because these people don't notice like, oh, 1 extra stitch here and all that. I just chuckle. So anyway, I definitely continue to recommend this project. I ironed all my projects, by the way.
I was going to say, it's looking very flat.
I know, right? Every so often I like to pretend to be some sort of housewife, but only for crafts.
Yeah, it's the only reason I own an ironing board.
Exactly. So super pleased with that.
Great.
What else have you got?
So my last project is, I mentioned at the start that we had the Otapoti Dunedin Embroidery School, and I was doing Autumn Toadstool by Sue Lucas. So it's a stump work freestanding mushroom with some leaves and some,
My Lord.
foliage down the bottom. So in the 2-day workshop, I have managed to do, that's my top, still a work in progress. I've got the outer ring of the red to do, and then put the little scales on.
It's red on red, so
It's red on red,
harder to see.
but you can sort of see it shining. Very nice.
Is the white part of the toadstool, or will it be removed?
No, that's white. It's the scales on top of it.
Okay, cool.
So, see the little white bits on the top.
Yes.
So we've got the top.
See, that's way better than that orange that I did. Like that, I can totally see how you would display it in your house.
I will display your orange when
No,
you're
I'm
finished.
almost at the point of ditching it because I just don't. I'm not interested in displaying an orange, half an orange,
And we've got a leaf underway.
an oak leaf.
An oak leaf. So that'll be cut out and
Very pretty.
posed.
That's organza, isn't it?
It is organza, yep.
Oh, look at that.
Organza with some, I think it's a Pfizer fix in the middle, the stuff that is a bit gluey. And well, that was display. That might be all I did. Yeah. And there were some like learning stitches for other bits and pieces, but they're all the final pieces. And the kit came with its own little terrarium glass dome thing, which I always love. So this was a great class. Recommend it if you get the opportunity.
Does she take it all with classes or just Dunedin?
No, she does. She was travelling tutor last year with some of her projects.
Aha.
I
Very
don't.
fantastic.
I won't show you yet. Just show that with the shiny cover. So it's great. I'm looking forward to getting this one finished. I'm hoping that I will get progress on this on Anzac Day, which is 2 weeks' time. And that is all I have stitched.
Very good. I have tons. Get comfy because I still have things to show.
Great.
So, the next thing I will show you is.
Love this bag.
Oh yes, come undone again. So I need to fix it. I need to fix things before I get into bed because then I don't want to get up. So this is my Mahusive project.
Oh, we haven't seen this one in a while.
I know, because everything was on strike.
Yeah.
A Dutch Beauty, 1790. And so this is quite a muted project, but of course I'm making it my own. It's still kind of turning out sort of muted, mostly because I don't want to get out of bed. I do need to, anyway. Now you're not going to be able to see what I made progress on, but it took a whole evening's worth of work, which is about 5 hours from me. Let's see if you can see anything. So this arch, it has lots of little details here that I've added.
What's all buds?
They're the buds and these ribbons along the top, but it's all in a kind of nude color.
It is, and it on the film it melts into the fabric a little bit, but it's beautiful.
Yeah, but I think you can see it in real life.
It's very, very easily in real life.
But there is quite a bit of stitching. So stitching here, stitching there, stitching here, stitching, all the ribbons at the top, at the bottom. So anyway, it took a whole evening, but I was still very pleased with the progress. And of course, this is the linen that I dyed myself, and it smells of, is the yellow buddleia. I do like it. I don't think I'm going to buy pre-dyed linen anymore.
You can do it yourself.
I just really enjoy that. It's just another aspect of the creative work.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy. It's going to take forever. I mean, it's just ginormous. But I am looking forward to moving on to the next sort of design. It kind of got a little bit monotonous. So look at these massive vases here. Yeah, really cool. So I'm looking forward to that. Don't know what I'm going to do with that weird ass pelican.
It's a swan, but it looks like a pelican.
It's supposed to be a pelican though.
Oh, is it? I thought it was
It's a-
supposed to be a swan.
No, it's a religious thing, and the pelican is the one with the symbology.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yeah. And it, although, let me just double check. Am I wrong? Because it actually tells you here. Yeah, because there was a lot of discussion online. Is it the very bottom row?
Bottom row. I think you're bottom row, yeah.
They've called it cock instead of cockerel, which is amazing.
Below the cocks.
Come here for like mature content. I meant that in immature, not.
Oh, here.
I can't see and I can't be bothered.
I'll have a look. I'm interested to know.
Yeah.
2 cocks on both sides of a small tree. The cock is a symbol of wakefulness. Right at the cock.
And this is in my hammock bag that my friend Donahue gave me. Because I asked for it. So maybe that's a good trick. You just ask for things like you just did. Can I have one of those little spools? It is the bottom row, isn't it?
I would have thought so.
No,
Yeah.
no, there'll be more. There'll be more explanation. Don't drop the leaves.
Oh, it's a stalk. And two little ducks. Oh no, the stalk is there.
That's different. Do have patience with us. We're researching.
This is very important because I know you're all waiting. The big naturalistic design in the middle could be a swan on his nest with his 4 young ones, but presumably it is the pelican who appears frequently with her young ones, the symbol of Christ's self-sacrificing love. So it could be a swan or it could be a pelican.
Yeah.
So I'm saying we're both right and we're both wrong.
Yeah, whatever. And I'm saying I don't really care. All I know
It's
is it is munted. You know, it's funny because so in one of my projects I'm not doing the cow because it's weird. I don't want to do a weird cow. But I've seen other animals and they're weird but great.
But great weird, yeah.
And it's funny. It's just a personal thing, isn't it? And you know me, I'm never faithful to pattern. Okay, so that's that.
Because you have been busy.
I know.
She's still got more to come.
I do. Please be patient. So this next one is And the Forest Grew. Gosh, can I remember?
haven't seen this one for a while.
I know. Oh, yes. So I'm trying to do five little things at a time for all my projects. For the ones that have little bits. So, And the Forest Grew.
Beautiful.
I've decided I wouldn't buy this linen again, raw. To like it. And you couldn't dye and it, it wouldn't take so well. So I think the only thing I've done here is these little thingies. Finish that one, and then we've got the weird bird that I kind of finangled in this space that I'd left.
Excellent. Lovely.
And these 3 little things. So I think I did 6 here. 4, 5, 6, I don't know, something like that. But I'm really happy with progress. And slowly it will get done. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Before you know it, it'll be finished. So that was supposed to be a sal, which was supposed to be with what you have sal. Because we were using, like in some way that was different from my usual. Hang on, you've got a thread. Just using the threads that you have. But again, that's another project that I love. So I'm just so happy I've gone back to all my rotation.
Yeah, look, I'm enjoying these.
So I'm enjoying it as well. Yeah. Because it just got very samey. And then, this is the other one. His Eyes on the Sparrow. So this is another Beth twist, which I love. Everybody loves Beth twist. And here, the other thing I want to do is I want to do the hem for all of them.
You just dropped some colours, that's all.
What did I do in this one? Oh, okay, so here are the keys. Oh, see, I made a mistake. Okay. Had I already shown the keys? Palestinian keys?
Show me again.
Okay, so Palestinian keys to represent the 1948 Nakba and also the occupation forces on the West Bank, stealing people's homes. So that's them. It's very on topic. I did this rabbit. For some reason, I chose to do it in a similar color to the one that is suggested. So you can barely see. Can I even? There.
Oh, there we are. Yep.
It's cute, but it's kind of nude. And then I made this bird, and then I realized I'd already done it because I don't count where I am. So then we had to get the husband in the room, and I was like, "Do you think it matters? Does this zoologist find it offensive to have 2 birds?" And of course, they're all completely different colors because me. And he was like, "No, you can totally have 2 birds, the same." I was like, "Okay, that sounds like you've made a decision." And then I got this bird done, and then I got this little emblem done. I think that was it. That's all I did. 1,
Beautiful.
2, 3, 4, 5. See, it's getting full.
Gorgeous.
Love it. And also, at the time, the horses didn't offend me, but I wouldn't make these horses again.
Oh.
Because look at their faces. Weird. It's like a doubled up
weird.
horse.
I love a weird animal.
Yeah, but this is not weird in the right way.
I don't know. Two double-headed horse. That's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
it looks double-headed, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It does. Just does my head
Looks like
in.
you've missed a bit. That's the nose, you know?
Maybe I could add some colour in.
You could add some colour and it can be like a marking on the nose.
Oh, whatever. Anyway, love it.
Beautiful.
Should we look at... Do we have naked people?
Yes,
oh my
we
god,
do.
yes, we have the naked people with the textured bits. I was showing...
Complete with bush.
My friend Mariana came to visit me and she was so tickled by this. And she was like, oh, hers are 3D. Hers are 3D. Naked representation, 2 females. Hurrah.
Beautiful.
She was a captive audience, so I was like telling her about all my political pieces and what they mean. And then I was saying, I don't do Adam and Eve because, you know, women are not at fault. It was very funny. I would do 2 men, but I don't really want to have 2 naked men. It's not really my jam.
I've got a scarlet letter pattern somewhere that's on the list to be done. And it's got an Adam and Eve on it, and I will be doing an Adam and Eve, but I will be changing it so that there's a frig leaf that you can lift up, and underneath it is a bit of winky.
Little anatomical lesson.
Little wee
I'm
something,
gonna hold-
bullion stitch.
I'm going to hold you to it.
Oh, yeah.
Victoria can be funny like that. So that's that. I have one more project that I started because I couldn't help myself. That's quilting. Okay, so because I've been watching old Flosstubes.
This is beautiful.
Oh, I've had this for ages. I bought this in an antique shop a long time ago. And it always amuses me.
love a
Okay,
box.
it always amuses me when people buy old boxes. I see this on YouTube all the time. They'll buy an old chair or an old chest of drawers or an old box, and then they'll strip it down and then age it. It's like, no, you bought it, it was aged. So mine is skanky looking because it's aged.
It's beautiful.
And I was watching people do, and Blackbird Designs do this. They have boxes with lid cupboards.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm making.
Oh, lovely.
And, oh no, I didn't bring, oh no, it's there. So, the inside of the cover is going to have some of this yellow fabric.
Beautiful.
And it's going to be a little cushion. So that can be my pin cushion. And of course it had to be on the inside because it wasn't big enough for the outside. So I'm happy to be using that. This is where I keep my laces. Like lace bits and bobs. And the outside, I've started. And this is another bit of fabric that I already had. And I have started. This is unnumbered red, as I do. And here we have satin stitch.
Beautiful.
Because I saw a woman, she was talking about a sampler, and it had satin stitch edging. I was like, I love those little peaks. I have done one like that. So anyway, I've just eyeballed it. I eyeballed it badly because I wanted it to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But I got distracted and I started in 6. So it's now 6. Peak is 6. Anyway, I think it looks really cute.
It does look cute.
I've gone around the corner now, so I can. I don't have to have my box, but I just wanted to show you the box. So that.
Beautiful. Are you gonna like do a like a matted back, not a matted back, but like a battered back, so it gets a bit of a puff to it?
A teeny bit, not much. So this fabric is Rain Cloud by number 12 Stitch Co, which is, remember the first orders that we did of 12 Stitch Co? It's 36 count.
Yeah.
So I'm really happy with it. I love that red, but of course, I don't know if it's going to last, but you know me, I'll be quite amused if I don't have enough and then I have to change it.
5 different reds.
Yeah, I'll be
That
quite tickled.
sounds familiar, doesn't it?
I know. I love it. And I have this pattern that I bought a long time ago by Heartstring Samplery. And I'm not in love with it anymore. But I love that flower vase, pot, whatever. So that is going to be here. So I'm just going to put elements. And I was like, oh, I quite fancy that. I'll put that in and build it like that.
Beautiful.
So I'm very happy about this. And this was only about an hour and a half's worth of work. So I think it'll go quite fast. So yeah.
Good job.
And I'm always thinking about what can I make that doesn't mean bringing a new thing into the house. So I already had the box.
Yeah.
It's just going to get a cover.
It's great.
And I don't know how I'm going to do it because I'm not a fan of glue finishes. Not a fan. I have considered gluing Velcro onto the
I was
box.
just gonna say, because you'd mount the cross stitch on a piece of card, and then either you could double-sided tape it on.
Yeah.
That might do less damage than the glue
Yeah.
of a Velcro.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll see. Plenty to be pondering on. So that finishes the cross stitch content. But because Victoria and I haven't seen each other for ages, I've made loads of progress with the quilting.
Excellent.
As well. So I will show you the first one in my little Indian bag I got in India. I've done loads in my postage size
Cute.
quilt. There's a lot of cutting. Not such a fan of the cutting. I'm not going to show you every single one, but I'm really happy.
So what size quilt are you looking to make out of this?
Moses basket.
Beautiful.
It's going to need a few more. I think it's going to need one more.
Yeah.
Down the side.
Are you
It's
going
long
to?
enough, but it's not wide enough.
Are you looking to stitch them together so it's just a million cubes, or are you going to put like
Not
a
million
solid?
cubes. No, I'm not sashing.
Beautiful.
Yeah, a million cubes. And it's
so like
amazing.
hexy but cubic.
Yeah.
It's good.
It is quite amazing how much cutting this has involved because I don't cut accurately. So I eyeballed an inch, but clearly I was wrong. So I'm now getting down to an inch square. So when I cut it, I cut an inch and a quarter because a quarter is the seam allowance. So they're very little. Look at this is my thumbnail. They're very little.
They're very little.
So these are all hand stitched. It's great fun and actually very quick because every time you're doubling your product, you start with 2 singles and then you go through the entire project, and so you've halved the amount of joins that you have to do at that point, and you double 2 more and then you've halved the amount of joins. So this doesn't take long now, so I'm quite happy with this. I'm enjoying it. It's actually been a lot faster than I thought.
Excellent.
I have also done really well with piecing the backs of my 2 quilts, the big ones that I'm doing, but I didn't think it was worth I mean, poor Martin has to drop all of this off because we have 1 car and we try to only use the 1 car. We have the camper as well, but it's like, no. So I come in the car, he takes the bus, picks up the car, Victoria brings me here, he comes here with his stuff.
That is a...
Yeah, we've always done like gymnastics to avoid having more than 1 car. So I thought I don't need to bring those quilts to show you my almost finished backs.
Yeah.
There's no need. So that was that. And then I am making my friend's quilt. So this is an Ohio Star. So these are 3 more blocks that are ready. A lot of cutting again. And this one, I was being super professional at work. So I work at the university and we have a new vice chancellor. So the vice chancellor is like the head of the university, like the business head of the university. So he came to introduce himself. He was great. And I was doing my quilt at the presentation because I can. And I am very amused by the fact that I'm like a senior manager and I quilt during meetings. Very amused by that. I'll probably never get promoted beyond but that's okay because my quilt is progressing. So anyway, these bits, so this is what I was working on. I almost finished this block, but I will show you the blocks that I have completed. And, ooh, a needle.
Oh, we got a rogue needle in there.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll do them and I'll pass them to you, okay?
Sure.
So this is for my friend Sally, who's lovely, but very different to me.
Yeah, looking beautiful.
And she appreciates, like, I'm her kooky friend. She's more straight than I am. So it's got a theme of green, but I've promised her 500 greens because, you know, my personality as well has to be taken into account. But can I just say, pretty good corners for someone that doesn't
very
care.
good corners.
I'm actually trying for her because I think
Nice
she would appreciate it.
Points of meeting. And
I know.
you think someone had used a ruler.
I know. This is the value of friendship. And of course, we went out for a curry the other night, and I was like, "I've got to show you first." So we made sure the table was clean, and I showed you because she's not a crafter. She was like, "You're so clever." I'm thinking, it's only stitching. Like, it's not hard. My friend has a PhD. She's very clever.
That looks so pretty.
And so I'm like, yeah, you have a PhD, but I can do straight stitching.
Have you decided what sort of top stitching you're going to do?
No, not yet, actually. Not yet. I mean, not a lot of thought goes into these things for me. I will finish the top. So it's going to be one block this, and then next to it a plain white block.
Okay.
I might do something in that plain white block to do like a
Very nice.
maybe even a
You could just
shadow
do the
of
outline.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I don't know. I will probably stitch it in greens to kind of make it more green because she really likes green. So it'd be nice for her to have something that goes with her decor.
Excellent.
Because people have themes and that. Did you know that? People have themes.
My theme is hand-me-downs.
But people do have themes. It's like, oh, that'll go with my bedroom. And I'm like, okay, well, everything goes with my bedroom. So my bedroom has everything in it. So that. And then
Have you still got more?
I've just got things that I've made that I want to show.
Excellent.
Also, I have got a fully finished. Okay, so things I wanted to show you in case you're inspired by these things as well. Because I did this in Spanish, and when we couldn't film, I did do one Spanish. So I did some natural dyeing with tansy from my dye garden.
Beautiful.
I think this is the yarn that Margarita sent me. So cool, like lace weight. And I dyed some flosses. That's better.
Yeah.
These were flosses that I bought in Peru, just white, and I dyed them with tansy. The idea is to dye them in the indigo so that I get greens, but I've been so lazy about my indigo vat, and I can't be bothered, even though I brought it into the house. It's like too much life admin to make sure the temperature stays correct. So maybe I'll have a look tonight, and if it hasn't done anything, I'll sod it. Can't be bothered. And I've also dyed these two, but I have got some tansy that has continued to flower, so I'm going to harvest it and dip these again. See if I can get a brighter yellow. Because it is harder to get bright colours in cottons.
Beautiful.
Oh, and also I should show you, this is the book that I used to do my little spool.
Oh.
Because
You bought that ages ago.
yeah, I know, and I've never used it. It's because my friend Fiona, I'm sure she won't mind me telling you, she managed to get hold of the Quaker book, the Quaker book from the Quaker schools. That publication, it's out of print, sold out. So you know you can find it for a ton of money online. Sometimes she actually got a good deal, and of course I was jealous. I was like, I've got my little book, and then I ran to my house, and then before I knew it, I'd done my project. So
Great.
so for example, I just did the top of a flower because it's a tiny little project. I mean, you can do that with your own projects. If you bought a pattern and you liked a flower, use it for something else. But anyway, I thought this was worth it. It's in the Stitchy box. It's very good. And if you're a budding designer, you're allowed to use the Ackworth School motif library from here, 4 patterns that you then sell. So
Nice.
yeah. So that, and the last thing I have to show you. Oh no, I have my knitting, Victoria. I've got knitting as well. How many? 59 minutes.
Oh.
So I finished another flag from my bunting project.
I like how this one's shaped like a boat.
Oh, is it a boat?
It's a boat. Especially with this top bit.
Yeah, well, actually, I need to make this one smaller. I got a bit carried away. There's no need for such a huge thing. Like, everything else is quite small. Like, no need. Anyway, I really wanted a landscape one, so I've got a landscape one. And this was inspired by Harriet Powers quilts. So Harriet Powers was an American enslaved woman who lived in the 18-somethings, I think. I think she gained her freedom somehow. I don't know enough of the history, but she had been enslaved. And she has 2 quilts in 2 different museums. One is the Boston Museum, I believe. And the quilts are amazing. They're both biblical stories. I'm not into biblical stories, but they're really beautiful. And I really like the simplicity of her design. So even though, like, I'm not doing a biblical story, this is the story of my life. So it's my little house. That's Martin and that's me. And a little nod to some of the designs that she had. Like, these you can see in her projects as well. And the other thing that I did, this fabric was secondhand from Stitch Kitchen. When I got it home, because it was just in a bundle, it was like, you just kept putting things in your bag for like, I don't know, $10. When I got home, it was kind of stretchy. It's like a stretched jean fabric.
Oh, stretch cotton, yeah.
It was weird. It had some lycra in it, so it was weird. I never used it. But it's kind of mottled indigo. I mean, it won't be natural, but it kind of had a good look. And I kept it, and eventually I thought, right. And as a nod to Harriet's work, I actually quilted it with quilting thread, so not pearl cotton. And I quilted the whole thing before appliquing the pieces.
Oh, cool.
So that was a little bit different. And you can see in the back,
Yeah.
like there's this quilting. I never do this sort of quilting. So, kind of pleased. And as always, I'm naming it. So this is CB 2024. And then, because you wouldn't be able to see it otherwise, on the back I've put after Harriet Powers. So when you're inspired by a piece of art, you would always, if you're inspired specifically by something, you would always acknowledge it. So that's what you put after whatever.
Beautiful. And what's your next month's inspiration?
Wool. That was all.
Ooh, wool.
So I'm going to do a wool applique project. I just needed a palette cleanser. Nice. I needed to move away from the bunting, so I haven't started yet. Which I think Fiona has.
Beautiful.
Because she messaged me and saying, "Oh, I love working with wool." I was like, "Damn it, I haven't started."
This is Fiona's.
No, this is my prompt.
Oh, this is your prompt.
Yeah. So I'm super happy with this. Super happy. I think it might flop when I hang it, so I'm going to have to think of a way, maybe put a rod inside the bias binding. But that's a little detail. I'm really happy with how this is going.
Or if you're going to, you're thinking, if you're reducing this, you could just put 2 tabs on it.
Oh, that was the other thing I had thought. I thought I was just going to put 2 little
loops
here.
or something. Yeah.
Because that would be quirky as well. So yeah, I need to get that bit done. I'm not going to show you my knitting. I'll show you next time. But I do want to show you this piece of work that I've completed because it's important. So this is a memorial project that we're doing worldwide. And this is to honor some of the murdered victims in Gaza. So I emailed the people, and I'll put the details down because I've forgotten the name of the account. So this is Samed Mohammed Abdel Rove Kashta, age 33. Jabir Saadi Hafez Kashta, age 31. Ibtisam Neji Shehada Kashta, age 33. So all related from one family, murdered. And it's a digital tapestry. So I keep these, but I've sent the photos off so that they can, I presume they're going to put them together as a digital memoriam. And it's all embroidered on gauze that was invented in Gaza with the flag, the colors of the flag. So green, red, black, and white. That's right? Green, red, black, white.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, that was
They're beautiful.
Yeah, they are lovely and they're very sad. But also really lovely to see so many people in the world interested in honouring the victims. So that's been quite lovely. So every so often they pop up in my feed. So that's really good. And I did hear from one viewer that was going to contact them to embroider some. Because sometimes I worry, I don't know, does this happen to you? Probably not, but to add to the many things I worry about, I worry that historically women and craft, you know, it was a way to distract women, keep them tied to the home, and I worry that I spend so much time making craft, am I not paying attention to what's happening in the world? So this is like a really good reminder that serious things are happening in the world, and I am paying attention, so that's really good. So anyway, be involved. I'll put the details on. If you are interested, you can be involved. I think that's it. I'm not going to bother with the knitting because fatigue.
Yeah. So I will
shopping.
very quickly run through the shopping. Now, I actually got this a while ago, but because it's not portable, I didn't take it to Catherine's house, and then I forgot to show it.
That's really beautiful.
I forgot to show it
Last time.
But this came into my possession. It is a little table-y thing, and obviously little wooden spool holders.
Just waiting for me to embroider
And
them.
a wee thimble, and then the pair of scissors is the duck's mouth. And there's a little drawer on the back.
What have you got in the drawer?
And in the drawer, it came with all sorts of... Oh, shit.
Did it?
All sorts of... So, this is from an antique shop in Christchurch. It came with an old... I mean, I don't know how old it is. There's a old measuring tape.
That doesn't
An
look very
inch.
old.
It doesn't
but
look...
cool.
No. It has got a thimble.
It's not one of those silver ones. Can I have a look?
No, that's too late. It's just tin.
Oh, it is too light.
But look, old packets of needles. Now, these are old.
You should use them.
Look at that. Beautiful old packets of Duchess needles.
You should use them. That would be so cool.
And gold eyes needles, pair of sharps.
What's the green thing that keeps rolling?
The green thing is it's a little hook of...
Is it a crochet hook?
I think it's a wee crochet hook. It's tiny. Tiny wee hook.
Oh no, that's got a catch. You know what this is?
What is that?
For tambour embroidery.
Another pair of scissors.
Because it's got a catch.
Oh,
How cute is that?
I think this one's already been opened, so let's have a little... Look at the beautiful little paper packets.
There is no romance in what we buy now, I have to say. They didn't need... Oh no, they do have plastic.
Oh, it's
So
got a
they
wee bit of
didn't need
plastic.
plastic. They have got a little plastic.
So I don't know how old these are, but they, you know, older than the stuff I've got otherwise.
But even 1920, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Does it have a...
On the
Doesn't have a
back?
date on it. Oh shit. No, but it's gorgeous.
When you do your red work thing, that can be displayed because it's red.
Yes, exactly. Made in England. So English needles. Beautiful. Anyway, that's
Your treat to yourself.
this was my wee treat to myself, and this, well, it lifts off, but it also sits in there and turns quite nicely. It's got a wee groove so it doesn't come out.
Is this pincushion part of it, or did you put it there?
The pincushion was part of it. I pulled it off and turned the pincushion bit over because it was looking quite scody. So I just turned the fabric around.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And this was made in 1966 by someone whose signature I can't read.
Oh, I wonder if it will be rapard. We've got a few recognizable names of people that used to make spinning wheels. Could be one of those names. That's
Could have
my-
been sort of a husband
that's my
who's done
brain there.
turning, or,
Yes.
you know, done a turning class. So very quickly, oh, okay. Another huge thank you to Zach.
So Zach works at the Dunedin Public Library, where all the good people work.
And she,
Oh my lord!
she sent me a thing saying, oh, I've got some more things for you, come pick them up. Look at this pile! It's so good. It's so good, and there's beautiful pieces.
Actually, in all
these
fairness,
magazines.
that magazine seems to belong to me. Look at the colour scheme.
Oh,
Crazy. They're a bit more elegant.
and it's great. So there's a whole
It's funny
pile.
how the format's changed.
Yeah, different side. I'm not a fan. Look at this. Different. I don't like it.
You don't like it, doesn't?
No. But it's a sacrifice I have to make to have all of them.
But Because these even have the numbers on the spine.
And these ones are on the front. It's just the difference. So this is like issue number 4.
It might have been like a different director of a magazine. They're like, right, we're doing this thing now.
Oh, well, look, I mean, they all changed. This is issue number 4 from 1994. And this is issue number 110 from 2001. So, you know, there's 25 odd years.
Yeah, yeah.
I have...
Have you managed to, like, tick them off your list?
Yes.
Great.
So good.
You can't have that many that are missing.
Oh, Zach has done great. She's almost, we're not quite there, but we're
I can
almost there.
sense some chocolate flinging her way.
Absolutely. I'll keep that one too. I have also purchased the latest 2 Inspirations magazines.
Shouldn't you just wait 6 years until they appear in the op shop?
Yeah, but I need them now.
I think I'm going to have to come and spend the day here just looking through the project.
I'm going to get, so at the moment I've got a glass fronted cabinet over there and they sit in there. I'm actually going to clear one of my bookcase shelves and put them in, because originally I thought I couldn't stand them up because they're just a little bit taller. But what I discovered the other day is that there's actually a little lip in front of the bookcase. So if you put it in on the side and then lift it up again, as long as there's enough room to do that, we'll be fine.
Great.
I also purchased...
Your whole sitting room is turning over to embroidery.
It's great. You should... Oh, yeah. Oh, well, before you... No, we won't. Next time you come, I bought what I thought was going to be like a nice, small, tidy tea trolley. Massive. For my sewing. And the top of it has got 2 fold-down sides, so it folds up into
Didn't I see it in your bedroom the other day? Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't. I just walked past and I saw it. I didn't look at it.
So I bought 2 Margaret Lee books. This is The Art of Chinese Embroidery 2 and The Art of Bead Embroidery Japanese Style.
These are still Inspirations
They are.
publications.
Yeah, I think this is number 1.
I do love
Number
Chinese
2 of
embroidery.
this has just come out, so that's in my go-to. And I think all the a lot of kits are available through Inspirations for this.
I do have to say, Chinese, Korean embroidery, stunning.
It is absolutely stunning.
Stunning. They just do amazing work in that part of the world.
And I would like to do a bead project at some stage because...
Oh, my parents used to grow this in their gardens.
Beautiful.
Bird of paradise.
I knew it had a birdie name. So there's that.
Oh, Eurasian blue tit.
Oh.
So pretty. Okay, I'll do your little spool. Can you do me this bird? That'll take you 800 hours. I don't have the patience for it.
Oh, it's just gorgeous.
I mean, I can see that this is eye candy. I'm never going to have the patience to do stuff like this. You might. Weird cat.
I picked up the Anniversaries of the Heart, the latest 2. This one, I prepared earlier is stitched. I did that one in one of our early Flosstube videos. So at some stage we'll give this pattern away as a...
Sorry, what was this?
So this one I've already done.
Aha. You're going to give up things that you've done?
No, because this is a double up now.
Oh, you bought it again?
Yeah, because it's a subscription. You know, you.
Yeah.
I've committed to buying all 12 patterns, and I thought, well, I'll just give it away as a freebie. But we'll sort that out at some stage. We must be due to do some freebies in this one here.
Yeah, I don't keep my patterns, so.
I know, I get them. It's great.
You get some of them. You don't want all of them. Some of them you're like, nah, I'm not gonna make that.
I bought some pins.
How much were they? Because I totally bought expensive pins.
These were the cheap ones. I think they were $3 or $4.
Are they glass?
Yep, glass head pins.
I'm so cross. I bought $15 ones. What on earth was that about? Very unhappy about it.
But these ones, you can see that there's lots of different sized heads, whereas the more expensive ones, because I have also bought those ones, are all lovely and consistent.
I don't think that matters, actually. Not if it's going to be $12 cheaper.
I bought some small hoops. I bought an attachment for my Lowry frame, so this sits on the wee stick that the frame sticks on, and you can just put little things in there, like snacks.
Oh, I thought it was something to stabilise your frame.
No, it goes in there, and so you can just drop, you know, your needles and your bits and pieces, because I find
you keep
that
moving, right? You keep
I
trying
keep
to find
moving,
things.
and I end up with my stand and like little coffee tables and sides, and it's awful.
And that's such a difficult life.
Such a difficult life. And then I bought some pins for my new
Show me. What type?
they just go into the stretcher
drawing
bars.
pins, yeah.
Stretcher bars, they go in there, and that's what holds the fabric taut, and then you wrap it in gauze bandaging. Because then I put it in my Lowry frame and it clamps nicely and it keeps the edges clean.
Nice. Very good. You're a proper person, aren't you?
I'm a proper person, and that's probably all you need to see.
Okay, so now that you've seen Victoria's $300 worth of purchases, do admire my $4 worth of purchases. I am very pleased with this though, because I made the effort. So I have bought...
Beautiful. Sorry, we are going to sort this lighting out, people. We're really sorry.
We're just trying to be romantic here.
Yeah. By blinding ourselves.
Yeah, so this is skin tone. So allegedly...
Okay, this is annoying me. Do that. Just get the tags.
School... Why do I have to... What were you doing?
You had it turned around, so you had the DMC label one here and one here.
Okay. Okay.
Doesn't mean anything to you, but it makes me feel better.
Okay, as long as you're happy. So this is supposed to be my skin tone. I mean, I didn't go around checking.
I was going to say, how did you...
No, I asked Sue. I said, because I picked one up, because I found a conversion, not a conversion, but like a different gradient online. And I picked one up, and on the screen it looked olive skinned. When you picked it up, it was like, no, like it looked like Sophia, not Mum. So I was like, no. But the thing is, in reality, when you see the million white skin embroideries, they're often a peach thread.
Yeah.
And in the thread, it looks weird, but when you embroider it looks fine. So I think this will look fine once it's embroidered.
This is for your Mirabilia lady.
Yeah, which is me with grey hair. It's funny because it's a winter stitch and I get a lot paler in winter, but whatever. So this is it, and then there's a little bit of shadow, so it has to be a little darker.
Shade darker. Very nice. I'm looking forward to seeing your face.
Yes. I'm quite excited because then it'll be so exciting because it'll be a face. So I was very proud of myself though, because I spent so much time looking through that nest spiders, what do you call it?
Yeah, the floss cards from all my old projects of very
It's
white
just like
ladies.
so gnarly. Trying to find a colour. I was like, Catherine, just go and invest $2 on DMC.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that, and then I'm gonna label it properly because I don't want to have to keep buying it.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Every
if you you use it and you like it and you decide, right, well, that's my skin tone for when I'm trying to match my own skin tone.
Well, generally, I'm not bothered about it being my skin tone. I'm just sick and tired of all the, white. It's like, can we just use our imaginations and not have every pattern be white? That's all. I think I like it when they have a range, black skins, like dark black, like medium black, just a mixture.
Beautiful.
So, hey. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. But it did amuse me greatly to spend $4 in the shop.
Don't worry, I
Having
went out
said
and
that-
helped their bottom line out later in the day.
I also worried that I might get declined.
I had to transfer money over.
Payday, what was it? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, so 5 days to go. We're on a new saving regime. So it's like-
Feeling the pinch.
My friend that I car share with got COVID. So actually she's not been good. It's been a bad case. Her first case. But what's been wonderful is that we're not spending money on coffees. I was like, oh, I'm actually quite rich when you're off sick.
Nice.
Apart from the fact that I've been driving in myself, so
Yeah.
and that costs me more money. So anyway, okay, so oh, I wanted to show you this as well. This is my new method. This now sits by my bed, and I'm only allowed. So my quilt project. My Mirabilia and my current quilt project, whichever one of the two I'm working on, sits in my work bag, so that doesn't take up room. But everything else is at home. I tend to cross stitch just at home because,
It's a fact.
Little
If you're trying
holes.
to count, yeah.
So anyway, my new method is that I can only work on the number of projects that fit in this box.
Beautiful.
And this is so that Martin doesn't lose the will to live every time he has to vacuum clean the bedroom.
He can just lift the box up.
He can
put it
just
on the
lift
bed.
the box up, and he was very pleased. I told him it was all for him. And this is a box that came as part of a hamper. So I didn't even have to buy the box. It was great.
Beautiful.
So yeah, and the idea is I'm being so organized. I put they're all here, and when I work on this one, it goes to the back.
Nice.
Like a proper human with processes.
Oh, I'm very impressed.
I know, right? It's gonna fall down soon.
Oh,
So I don't like rules. So yeah, I'm gonna continue with my rotation. So my next goal is the backs will be done on my quilts, and I will have sandwiched them
good job.
by the next recording.
Excellent.
That's my goal, and then work on all my projects.
Nice. My goal, so the next 2 weeks, to get those 2 panels finished, which I'm hoping to do in the next 5 days. And classes. And
Then sleep.
Sleep. I've got a whole week off work to do stitching. I'm so excited.
Very good. You deserve that.
And I would like to... I think we'll be filming again before Anzac. No, Anzac Day must be our next filming day. I would like to
14 days, yeah.
I would like to be doing... I'd like to make progress on this. I'd quite like to get this finished quite promptly, because it's not a huge project and it's all doable. And 2 other women in the class have finished it.
Are you following them on Instagram?
The women in the class?
Yeah.
On various pages, yep.
Probably Facebook, right?
Yeah, so there's an old Facebook page that they post up to. Anyway.
Because it's quite encouraging when you see other people.
Yeah.
If you're like me, you get competitive,
Exactly.
and that keeps you going.
Exactly. Oh, and I want to get Di Fisher out again, because my friend Sue has almost finished it. She's only just got her name to do. It looks amazing. I'm all inspired to get mine out.
Okay, great. Cool.
It's great.
I was making fun of Victoria because I'm actually going to have to do work tonight. I have a lot on at the moment. I have spent 10 years making fun of Victoria because she actually has to do overtime. So now I'm going to have to work at night. And things are going to get busy. I've got a new boss. I'm changing to a new division. So I hope it's not going to rob me of too much of my stitchy time.
You won't let it.
I hope not. I can resist capitalism, right? Okay, so that's it.
See you in 2 weeks. Sorry for the incredibly long video.
Oh, that's okay. Free Palestine. Go to the marches. Boycott.
Stitch.
And look after yourself. Stitch.
Kakaki day.